Alrighty, guys, welcome. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now, in today's live, we are going to be talking about how to grow that small trading account, the strategies I use, the approach, the mindset, the psychology of a trader. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you do, smash that like button and subscribe. And we have a awesome sale today on an amazing school. It's called the Swing Trading Masterclass. We have private live streams where you guys can ask questions one-on-one. We got a group chat with hundreds of members where you guys can ask questions, bounce ideas and trades off each other. And every single week I go in and I put the stocks on my watch in there. So check it out down below. It's absolutely fantastic. So I'll actually throw it in the chat for you guys, and you guys can use code LEARN to get 20% off. So click that link, guys, sign up, and let's get started here. So, when it comes with trading and trying to grow that small account, what are some expectations? Well, imagine you guys have a $100 account, right? That's everybody's kind of go-to starting point, 100 or 500 or $1,000, whatever it is, right? Now, a lot of you get discouraged because you're trying to double it, right? That's everybody's goal, is I got to double it. It's very difficult to double $100. Now, it's doable for sure, but what you need to realize is if you make 3%, okay, that's $3 on a $100 account. If you can make 3% per month, you're in the top 5% of all traders in the entire world. So that $100 account where you're trying to double, it's gonna take a while, right? But as long as you have a good strategy, the great thing about trading is the profit you make today can be used as leverage tomorrow. So continue to just focus on your approach. Don't focus on your P&L. Focus on percentage and understand 3%, right? That's the goal. That's the goal every single month here. So let's talk about the trade that we took today. Then we'll go ahead and show you guys some stocks here that definitely have some beautiful potential and that are on my watch list, some stocks that we're holding here. All right. So the stock here that we took a trade today, let me get my trading journal up here. And if you guys want this will also be in the description down below. All right, so this is the strategy, or this is the approach here. So this past week here, we had a beautiful week making over $3,000, which is great here. And you guys can see performance by ticker, we really only traded Tesla stock. And so, for me, there's a variety of different ways you guys can make money off trading, right? You guys can momentum trade, you can swing trade, and we've really, as a company and as a trader, we've taken a huge step back from swing trading. Not because we weren't making money off it, but the issue with swing trading right now in these market conditions is uncertainty. We see a heavy amount of volume that happens after hours. Is that normal? Given times of uncertainty, yes, it's normal. But as a swing trader, where you're buying a stock, you're holding it for a couple of days, holding it overnight now just increases that risk even more. So we've really focused on day trading here. So you guys can see strategy, the best strategy we've seen this week here is moving average, and I'll show you guys that because that was the strategy we took today. And so let's break down the strategy today here. So going ahead, as the market opened, right, we saw this huge, I'll pretend that I'm watching it. Okay, we saw this huge explosion of buying pressure. Now, obviously, we missed the move on that, and it actually was a beautiful breakout, as you guys can see. If we remove all these moving average lines, look at that. That's like a textbook breakout approach, right? Now, we continue to watch it here, and all I'm doing is I'm looking for, supports. I'm looking for trends. I'm looking for anything I can find, right? High RSI lines, MACD crossovers, all that stuff. So normally when I day trade, I kind of leave it like this here, where we got that RSI up, where we can kind of look at it. So it continues to rally up, right? And I noticed it hit that yellow line, and we had a move going forward. So I go, okay, we could see some tendencies of some moving average line supports, right? Continues to rally, curls down. You can see it curls down, hits that move. So we see a little move of buying pressure on that 50-day EMA line again, right? Hits it again. We had a good move going up. So now I see this dip down. I see this low here, and I go, okay, let's see if we can possibly find some sort of trend, moving average line, something in our favor here. So I kind of go like this here and see what we could see happen, right? So it hits it here, where we have some buying pressure, hits it here, and I missed the move, honestly, on this. I was watching it at the time, but just missed the move, which happens. And then I saw this, right? I saw this huge move of buying pressure, right? Where we had this great breakout, right? Great breakout. So it hits this trend line. We have sell off, great breakout. And then it comes down to hit this again. Okay. It hits that same 50-day EMA line that we've seen several signs of support on it. So I go, okay, now here, this is what we call a retest. It's a retest of that trend for now, instead of resistance, of support. So I could essentially enter here. I would keep my stop loss below that blue line, which is a 90-day EMA line. And now I go, okay, where would I put a target price? Well, I look up here and I say, okay, yesterday we saw a move to 330. So maybe we'll push up to the 326 area, in that range. And because that's where we've seen tendencies of some buying pressure out of it. Okay, so that's a 4.5 risk versus reward, right? So now here, right, I don't do this when I actively day trade, but the reason I want to show you this is because it's important. So imagine you guys are starting out with that $100. You find a stock like this once a week, so not every single day. You risk 2% with a 4-to-1 risk versus reward. Your win-loss percentage can be 40%, right? So meaning out of 100 trades, you profit off 40, okay? Now, at the end of the year, you've doubled your account, right? It's now at $269. So imagine year 2 rolls around, okay? And this is without adding any money into it. Okay, so now you're at 724 going into year 3. Okay, and this is just how compounding works. Year 4, now you're at $1,900 at year 4. And this is without adding any money. Now you're at $5,000 year 5. Okay, so now you're at $13,000 year 6, which might not seem like much, but after 6 years, but this is without, right? This is without adding any money to your account. So imagine you start with $1,000, right? After you pay per trade, learn your approach. So now here, the stock popped up, rallied its way up. We kept our stop loss below that same yellow line, dipped down below it, took our profit, okay? We also used the RSI. The RSI was trading for a 46. Last time it was trading for a 46 was back in this range, where we saw a great move going higher. So that's very, 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 very important here. We also had a beautiful MACD crossover, as you guys can see, right? Beautiful MACD crossover going higher. And then the exit was on that dip down. The only reason we did not sell on these dips right here, we easily could have, was because it did not break through the support here of that 50-day EMA line. That is why. That's a very common question that I do get asked when I day trade. So yeah, so that was the move today. Fantastic strategy, fantastic approach. And even we did look at that 5-minute chart here, and we did find some nice support here on that trend, which just gave us a little more indication where we could see some more buying pressure out of this stock here. So that was absolutely beautiful here. So now let's kind of talk about some stocks that show some potential, show some life, and honestly, why. Hold on, I just want to get this not SoFi. Hold on, what the heck? But I wanted to just shed some light here on some stocks here that have some potential, and kind of what I look for swing trading. Because for my day trades, we really just pay attention to about 5 stocks, and that's Apple, that's Tesla, that's SPY, that's QQQ, Nvidia. Those are the main ones here. So, when looking at this here, right? So those are the main ones for day trading. Swing trading, on the other hand, is a little different because we want to look for some breakouts. You guys can see here that SUPV had to move up, couldn't break above that 200-day moving average line, and that's obviously the breakout move would have been there. We had SoFi here, which we're actually holding. But one of the reasons I re-added it here is because we could see a nice move a little bit on that trend, which looks pretty interesting here. We have SoFi in our holdings, but I wanted to add it to our watch list because it actually looked relatively decent there. So definitely worth noting here. But our average cost is like 1190, so we're up pretty well on this one. We got BBAR here, which is another move where the stock sold off, right? Broke out, and now just kind of consolidating. This one probably would have been a really nice trade because you can see that new trend forming. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. We got GRDN here. Heavy resistance coming down anywhere from 20 to like $21. BEKE broke out here. Could have had a good trade off that, but didn't trade there. We got Nvidia just kind of riding the wave of that 200-day moving average line. One of the stocks that I actually really like here, and I'm looking to trade, is CME for a swing trade here. You can see that it has great support here on trends, and it recently hit that 90-day moving average line. Great upward trend here. The RSI was trading for 36. The hourly time frame broke out, and we see this here. So let's go ahead. So we do have possibly a new trend forming. One of the reasons I did not get in on this is because it really hasn't had like a trend form where you can see like these. Wait, where is it? Where you see, yeah, like this has an established trend, right? Because if we remove, sometimes to make it even clearer, you can remove, let's go ahead. You can remove the after hours time. You can see how much better that trend looks, right? So even here, you'd be getting on that trend line to go a little higher, but looks relatively decent there. But yeah, any questions, feel free to ask, guys. And if you guys are watching, make sure you guys check out our school. It's fantastic. It's called the Swing Trading Masterclass. We have an awesome private live sale going on for Code Learn, so check that out. 20% off. Couple of spots left. But yeah, any questions about trading, feel free to ask. But yeah, I like BBAR for a possible swing trade. We got, where are we at? We got Nvidia, that's looking relatively good. We got EZPW here, broke out, kind of been a very lightly traded stock. We got SPY here, which is approaching. One of the reasons I like this one is you can see on the hourly time frame, it hits that red line once, twice, 3 times. Recently is at that line, so we could see a move going a little bit higher there, which looks relatively good. And if you guys are watching, make sure you guys smash that like button. I appreciate you guys. We got BRX right on that trend line. Looks pretty good. I actually do like this one here. It hit it earlier today. So now here, what I'm kind of looking at out of this one is a break above that little trend there. So for a breakout to go up to like 26. So if you enter at like 25, move to 26. Berkshire Hathaway is just riding that 90-day moving average line down like crazy. You guys can see it's just getting sold off like crazy. So now our entry would be above about 490 in that range. We went over CME. We got PRVA, you guys can see on that daily, right on that trend and that moving average line, just kind of riding its way up, looking relatively good here. And we got PEN sold off, really hasn't broke out too much, right? It tried found some support, sold off more, right? Hit that 200-day moving average line, hasn't been doing much. And so yeah, that's the move there. We got Tesla. Obviously, I always leave Tesla on watch because I day trade this, so it makes it a little easier to right to find. But yeah, right. Looking for like opportunity. Let's kind of talk about here like what I look for my swing trades. So how do you swing trade stocks? Great question. So, one of the things that I do, let's talk about a swing trade we're in on. We're in a swing trade on Visa, and one of the reasons why this is what we call a breakout approach. So we went to the daily time frame. It hit that moving average line, which a 200-day moving average line recently gets a lot of support here. So it hit it here. We had a move going higher, sold off a little bit. But as we look, right, you can see just this general trend where it hits this trend line, sells off, hits it here, sells off, hits it here, sells off. So we got in on that first push to break above it, right? So it rallied its way up. Boom, boom, boom. We started covering profit as it started hitting highs. Mitch, welcome. How are you doing? I'm still swing trading, really day trading more than swing trading lately, but all the same stuff. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us for a little bit. But Mitch is a OG. He is awesome. But yeah, so really just a breakout approach on that one here. There's a variety of different ways you can swing trade. So, when people ask, how do you swing trade? There's a lot to it. You guys can see Meta here, got in on the breakout, rallied up. QQQ, most of these got in on the breakout, rallied up. VU got in. Actually, VU's a little different. We averaged down a lot, and it had a heavy support line there. We got MAGs, right? People said, "Oh, why would you buy this on the breakout?" Rallied up. We got Google. This was the one that wasn't a huge fan of, but not too bad, not too bad. We got Amazon, right? Sold off like crazy. Got in on the breakout, rallied up. Can you see Bitcoin? I don't know if I can see Bitcoin on Moomoo. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I'm not 100%. Yeah, I can. Bitcoin. Let's pull it up. All right, sorry. So Bitcoin here is trading for 105. I don't really day trade crypto or swing trade it. I mean, I know some traders use very, very similar strategies, but I mean, like technically, you can see breakout. Look at that entry point. I mean, I don't, but that's kind of the approach I would take is trying to find these trends. So, I mean, look at that. Look at that entry point. On just a breakout, So yeah, you can do the same stuff. Yeah, the broker I use is Moomoo. There's a link in my bio where you guys can sign up with it. I'll actually go ahead and put it in the chat. But Moomoo, one of the reasons I love it is because they offer a variety of different things. They offer paper trading. So if you're just getting started, they help you, practice using simulated money. They offer fraction shares, so you don't need thousands to get started. They offer all these great charting and indicators, and more importantly, they offer scanning, which is cool. So if you're trying and having a hard time finding opportunity, you guys can use them for your scanning. So check them out. And you guys can get up to like 60 free stock just by signing up. So it's a no-brainer. It's free to use, even if you just use their broker or funded it with $100 and you just started using that to practice and learn. It's only $100, right? It's like a college class, right? So guys, but other than that though, we're going to end it here. I trade futures for past 4 years. That's awesome. I've never really traded futures. I know a lot of guys that make good money off it, but for me, I do stocks. It's just kind of what I went through and what I've learned, and it really helps me the most, and I make the most money off that. So But yeah, guys, we're going to end it here though. If you guys are watching, make sure you guys check out our school. Use code LEARN for 20% off. Sign up with Mumu. And yeah, that's how I would grow a small account, is just by repetition, learning, focusing on small base hits that compound over time with these trades, averaging down on huge blue chip stocks as they break out. And that's what, yeah, I would highly recommend. I would highly recommend checking out our school. Um, and you can be in the team. That's what I would do. It's the school with the code is super cheap. Super cheap. It's under 200 bucks. And we're adding a whole bunch of stuff this summer to it, even more that we have. Even though we have hours of video lessons, we have private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a final exam, all that stuff. So guys, hope you guys all enjoyed it. Smash that like button, subscribe, check out our school, sign up with Mumu, and we'll see you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, follow. Peace.